Yes,
I have
Azura?
something to ask. When will we start our offline school, sir?
That's a very good question. What do you think, guys? Azura asked, when will we start offline class? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, sir. I think I have a great idea to see this problem. Maybe what you think when we use Edward de Bono's six thinking hat.
De Bono, six thinking hat. That's a good idea. Thank you, Fari, for reminding us. So, guys, in thinking, we have some tools, and one of the tools that we can use for thinking tools is called six thinking hats. Okay, Fari is now wearing blue hat, but actually this is not really a hat. It's only a symbol. Okay, we'll start. There are six different aspects represented by the hat that we can use for thinking. Okay, if you still remember our lesson, the first one, we can use white hat. What is it, Azura?
White hat is about talking about facts. We need to find out what about the facts, and we need to find some data about that.
That's true. So white hat it's based on data. What do we know and what do we need to know? Okay, and then we have the next color is
Black hat.
Black hat. What is it, Shaba?
Black hat is a caution. Caution is a weakness, risk, difficult, danger, logical reason are provided.
That's true. So when we need also to think about the negative side. If we do this, what is the risk? What will happen? What's something bad that will happen? It's important. And then the next color is what hat?
Red hat.
Red hat. What is it,
Okay.
Arul, about?
Red hat is when you do with your feelings, and like current feelings, intuition, hunches, gut instinct, no reason needed. And when you want to do something, you can get with your feelings.
That's true. It's like following our intuition. It's
Yes,
true, but
that's right.
Arul, that we don't need to have think it logically, but use feelings, no problem, because human we have feelings too. And the next color is
Yellow.
what is it about, Berlin?
The yellow color focus on benefits. When we want to implement some regulation, we will see from the positive side. So we will see from the bright side.
Aha, interesting. See from the bright side. Okay. Ezzy, what about you? What's the last color?
The green color is one of color that make a creativity and more idea to make a solution of the problems.
Green, just like the color of this grass.
Yeah.
It represents fresh, new idea, creativity. And don't forget, we have one more hat, which is the blue hat. Fahri, you're wearing the blue hat. The blue hat lead the
It's kinda
process.
obvious. Yeah.
Okay, so to answer Azura's questions, I will give it to Fahri. You lead the discussion process, the blue hat.
Okay.
Please, Fahri.
Okay, so guys, here's the interesting of the blue hat is to represent all of your representing the character, right? So let's see this coronavirus as the problem. Let's
Yes.
start maybe with
The problem is, when will we start on offline class? Yes, Fahri.
Yeah.
Floor is yours.
About online class. Let's start with the white one.
Okay. Actually, some college in our country have already do the offline class because COVID-19
I
has
heard about it.
subsided by vaccination, and Indonesia have provided vaccination of COVID-19, and we all know, and half of us have got the vaccination of COVID-19.
What about the number of the people with the case of COVID-19? Do you have the data?
Before we got the vaccination, we have 2,000 more per day,
But now?
but now it's lower. It's less than 100. I
Interesting.
think that less 100.
Yeah, Fahri.
Okay. So what about you, the red one?
Okay, for me, so like the feelings things, we can do something with the feelings, like determine something necessary with careful considerations. We must really know and be ready with the result of the decisions. Offline lecture are important, but I think if we study online, it is important for the good of all of us that we can still learn online. So if
Yes, Haru, don't forget when we talk about feelings, some people, what's your feeling? Some people are about COVID-19, for example.
Oh.
They're scared, right?
Okay, yes, right.
Some people feel, but some people they want to meet their friends. Why?
Hmm.
Because they have the need. They want to be happy to be with their friends, for example, right?
Right.
So feelings, you don't need logical thing, but you just need to express what do you have in your heart.
Yes.
Thank you. Interesting.
Yes.
Next one.
Okay.
Okay.
For black one.
I think not all course can be online class because it really depends on the students' discipline. Very depend on student discipline because if you can't be disciplined, you can miss class and it become a problem for student. I think that.
So you say the negative things of having online class. Many students are not disciplined because the teacher
Yes.
cannot see the students.
Yes.
What
I
about
think that.
offline class? What's the negative things of offline class? Stuff according to you or everyone? Yeah, maybe the case.
I have
Yes.
an idea.
What's your idea?
I think make a class by hybrid and several people.
Are you
make-
wearing green hat now? Green hat, right?
Yes,
green
I
hat.
green hat. Several people make a class by online and several people make a class by offline. But I think the online class will be used on the future, and so the offline class make a character well than before. I think that.
Character. Ari, I'm helping you because I'm also wearing blue hat. What about the yellow one?
May I give some opinion? Okay, for me, I see from the yellow side or bright side, whether we choose online or offline class, there are a lot of benefits. Firstly, for online class, we have some benefits. Firstly, the students will will increasing their ability in IT, and then the time is flexible. We can start our lesson maybe.
Flexible time, right?
Yes,
I agree.
flexible.
IT, flexibility.
Yes, there is also what's that? We can start the lesson by the curriculum, and then we can start the lesson or we do the class everywhere, anywhere, anytime. Okay, I think just over.
What about offline? It's only for the online.
No, offline class has also the benefits. Okay, offline class will develop the self-discipline from the students. They will has a sense of belonging because they can meet directly, they can communicate directly, and so on. I think that's all.
Thank you, man. Let's give applause to everyone.
Wow, you guys have a great idea. Every each one of you have your own thinking, feeling, etc. So here's my part, the blue one, to see the general. Let's see from the web. When Bazura said about the data, the coronavirus cases, etc., that makes you red one to feel so a little anxious or worried, right? But let's see, the corona is always changing, and by this time, we hope, we be optimistic to it will decrease. Day by day, maybe it will increase, it will decrease, but we have to be optimistic. Like you from the red one and from the black one. Safa, to see the weakness from online learning, that's too much homework, right? But let's see, even though when we have a homework, we can always increase our skill, our value personal, right? Even though when we do offline learning, we also have a homework, right? But the difference is like what you think about feeling red one. In offline learning, interaction is maybe more deeply, right? And for you, the yellow one, the bright side, everything has a bright side, and it will be balanced by you, black one, right? Like.
But some people say always see the bright side.
Oh no, it's true. Don't listen to Mr. Herman. It's to taking side. Don't
Okay.
Take side. We as student have to see everything in balance in general. Don't be so your ego comes in you like that, fulfill you like that. Even though when we do online learning, even though it have a bright side, we can do other things, we can do multitasking, but at the other hand, when we get the material, something maybe a little less than the offline learning, right? The emotional interaction between us and the teacher, right? The lecturers. And the last one, the creativity. Okay, online and offline learning, we do blended. We do dummy class like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a win-win solution, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a good one. Every one of you have a good solution. But yeah, it comes back to our government to see as the good solution for us, right? What would you say, Herman?
Thank you. Let's give applause to everyone. Wow, Fahri, I forget that actually we need to consider beside the process, there is also external aspect. You know, like you said, regulations. Yeah, actually could be part of the data too. But you see, here you can use 6 different point of view to see one same problem. It make you wiser. You can make a better decision. Remember, sometimes something logical is not wise emotionally. Okay, you need to be sensitive too, right? If you use the 6 thinking hats, I'm sure you consider from the fact, from the white hat, you see people's emotion, you see the negative side, the positive side, and don't forget, provide solution. And this thinking process should be regulated by the blue hat, that you actually, when you think, not only see from one side, but see from all other side. Okay, so Azura, the answer for your question is we don't know, but you can think by considering all the fact and the aspect that we have discussed. Thank you guys. I think it was a very nice discussion and I hope it's useful for you. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's say bye-bye to the camera.